My name is Henry Mayorga. I work for Baron Capital, small investment firm here in New York City. I am the CISO as well as the VP of Infrastructure. We've been in business for over 40 years, managed quite a bit of money. So 6 years ago, maybe 5 years and a half ago, we had a small ransomware incident. A machine was compromised, and we decided that we needed better protection at the endpoint. At the time, I looked at a number of vendors. We looked at 6 or 7 vendors, and very simple. We don't have a testing environment, but we basically took the sample of ransomware that we were hit with and put it through the paces, and almost all the solutions failed. It was very difficult to protect against that particular type of ransomware. And then we, through a friend, ran into Minerva Labs. We brought it in for the test, and it did better than anybody else. So that's when we went to Minerva. Really, Minerva has been the most solid tool that we have used for prevention. I am a deep believer in prevention. I think that if you spend your resources on prevention, you minimize the gap of the attack surface and the stuff that you need to monitor, and you have a better chance of preventing things from happening and detecting things when they happen. So really, Minerva has been integral to our ability to prevent and alert when something anomalous is happening on an endpoint. What Minerva brings to the table is this concept that I have of high fidelity alerts. It's not very noisy. You're not gonna get a lot of false positives. You're gonna get alerts that are meaningful. And when we get an alert from Minerva, my guys know they need to look. They need to start investigating what's going on. And that was true from the very beginning. Very low rate of false positives. When we had an alert from Minerva, something was not right in that machine. And we could very quickly figure out what it was. It's also very important, the amount of information that you get on the alert is really meaningful. It gives you exactly the user, the machine, the executables that are happening, the DLLs that are involved. There is an extensive amount of information on the detail that lets you really triage very, very quickly what's going on, so that even if you have an alert, you have a good shot of understanding what the problem is and analyzing the situation quickly. So that's a big deal. A lot of visibility, which you don't always get with agents. During the pandemic, we did a breach simulation. So we were concerned with our remote users and the remote users coming into the network. So what we did is we hired a company, guys from England. We had a company to do a breach simulation. We gave them our equipment, we gave them our remote access methodology, and we basically had them try to break into the network. Once they couldn't get into the network, we actually gave them access to the network. So we're in a virtualized environment, so we gave them credentials for a test account, and we put them into one of our build machines, so they were in the proper image. Our basic image always has Minerva. And so now we had the penetration testers on this machine, and it took them 2 days to be able to do something meaningful to the machine. Every time they tried something on that machine, we got an alert, but more importantly, they couldn't do anything. They tried PowerShells, they tried Mimikatz, they tried different artifacts. They tried a lot of things, memory passing in different processes. Invariably, we will get an alert and they will be prevented from doing it. So after 2 days, they basically said, okay, can you give us a machine without Minerva so we can do something? So to me, that was very illustrative of the ability of the software, not just to prevent a programmatic attack, but to prevent someone who is actually a human being trying to circumvent the system.